Hello, everybody, and welcome to Villain Support Live. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I ended up having to take care of something real quick right at the last minute. I do not know if Levi is going to jump on with us or not. He and I talked earlier about going live, but I have not been able to reach him for the last 45 minutes or so. There's a very good chance he's taking a well-needed nap and may hop on with us later. If not, it's not a big deal. Hold on. Can everyone else hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Xena, if it's just Xena, did you just not have your sound on? Now I'm all self-conscious about it. Can everybody hear me? Okay, good. Okay, we're good to go. So the plan for tonight was to work on a script that Levi had going. I appreciate that, Xena. Thank you. Xena, also, I owe you some stuff. I will take care of that this evening when the live is over. So for anybody who is in North Carolina, I am going to be at GalaxyCon this weekend. It kind of happened last minute, but that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be at a friend's booth. I don't know what booth number he has yet, and I'm not sure. He has multiple different businesses that do booths at conventions. I'm not sure which one it is he's running, but as soon as I confirm that, I will give that information out. I'll be posting a video tomorrow about being at GalaxyCon. So if you're going to GalaxyCon or in that area of the world and thinking about it, Rogue 53, what does that mean? Remember, that is Twitch. Yep, I would love to meet a bunch of people at GalaxyCon this weekend. So, I have figured out what we're gonna do for for the live tonight, because it was gonna be Wheeling Dragon. It was gonna be a collaborative thing between Levi and I, working on his script and reading it and getting some feedback from you guys. But I do not want to share the script without his say so. So we're gonna hold off on working on that. What I can talk about is some of the stuff we have coming up here. I know we're working on the Stitch videos. If you're on here, go ahead and jump on Twitch if you can. You have a Twitch account. Please watch from Twitch. In fact, if I believe, and Levi's the one that says this all the time, I believe it's the case though. If you have your Twitch through Amazon Prime or connected to Amazon Prime, they give you free bits to give to. Right? Isn't that how that works? They give you free bits to give away each day or something like that, or each month. Anyways, regardless, we just delivered all of the sound and the video and all the different assets to our animator. Thank you, Eclipse Warlord. Appreciate that. And our animator, the next video that's being animated is the sketch, which is where Team Rocket is given information from Nappa and Levi on where to find Chaozu, joking for a free sub to one channel through Prime. Gotcha. Free sub a month. It's where Team Rocket is told by Levi and Nappa that Chaozu is a Pokemon. They tell him where to find Chaozu, and Chaozu gets a chance to Chaozu gets caught in a Pokeball, and all hell breaks loose as the DBZ universe shows up to help Chaozu. That's going to get animated. Hoping we're going to have that here back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then that'll give us a chance to get that posted, both in vertical and and horizontal format. The animation. One thing that I'm excited about with the animation is that this one, there's enough going on in the background, and because there's parts that are like voiceover where we're seeing flashbacks and stuff, that there's no way to make a live action only video. There's going to be an animated version, and there's going to be a half animated, half live action version, and that's going to be it. The voice work we got was really good. Popo did a bunch of voices. I'm glad to hear it, Christopher Chastain. He got things figured out. We got Popo, who did some voices. He did the voices of Jesse from Team Rocket. He did the voices of Tien and Piccolo and Vegeta. And then my friend Amy, who is a voice actor, did the voices of Chaozu and Meowth and Jessie from Team Rocket. And I think she did a pretty darn good job. And so we'll be able to have some more female voices acted in the future, which will be nice because Levi and I don't do female voices well, or high-pitched voices in general well, outside of me doing this, which doesn't work for a lot of characters. And Popo can only get his register so high because he's got a super deep voice. But I'm pumped about the animation. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so for everyone who is watching, I lied about the bits thing. I misunderstood that. You get a free sub to a channel on Twitch a month, a free membership per month to streamer of your choice. So if you wanted to follow Villain Support on Twitch and you do that through Amazon Prime, you can go ahead and do that for free. Hey, Russell Duricott, how are things going? There's not a whole ton going on with me. I to be straight up, I haven't been sleeping super great. And so I'm finding myself really, really tired in the evenings. I nap during the day here and there when I get a chance to, but work has been really busy. Excuse me. So if Levi doesn't show here in the next, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, I might cut the stream short because I am pretty tired and could definitely use some sleep. But I want to make sure I get on here with you guys because we did talk about being live today. Hey, Screaming Dragon. Hi, Kathy Evans. Hope everything is going all right. Other than that, I'm in the middle of Levi Mark and I try to get a nap. I can't. I wish I could. I can at night. I can fall asleep like that. I just don't stay asleep. I did the Beast RV. I did hear about Ozzy Osbourne passing, and if you didn't know that yet, I apologize for breaking the news to you. But we did lose an absolute icon of our time. Hey, Korean Sylvan. But Elizabeth Harlan, I appreciate that. That's awesome. So I'm in the middle of making a card game. It's Ronnie J. Lucas. Yeah. Is it the flashlight yawned, right? Because it's a mimic. Ooh, do I have those? 1 second. I need to find something real quick. I found. Are they in my wallet? Be in my wallet. Be in my wallet. Be in my wallet. Yes, they are. Okay. I was given these stickers by somebody. I don't remember who, but I want to start putting them on stuff, or I want to make a shirt like this. And the sticker just says, warning, this object is a mimic. And I'm thinking about doing a sketch. NPC auto for one shop table. The Beast RV, go right ahead. I'd be happy to be an NPC in your game. But I think it might be fun to have a sketch where Nappa's in the sketch, and he literally exactly Colleen Swigum, and this is literally on his forehead, and he's talking to John, and John is like staring at him, and Nappa's like, "What?" And John's like, "Why is there a sign on your forehead saying warning? This object is a mimic?" And Nappa goes, "Crap. I don't have the CGI for him to like melt into a mimic shape, but he could go crap and then growl or something, and then you just hear John go, no, Nappa." And maybe that's the way it decided. That's why he decided to hide from Nappa and not get eaten, is by being a mimic that looks like Nappa. Okay, so you would need a kid size warning this object is a mimic sketch also. One second. There we go. Okay, it's a trap. Hello, fellow villains, Dragon Blurs. How's it going? That would be awesome. So now, yeah. Elizabeth Harlan, I do want to make it onto a shirt. Yeah, Nappa. Well, John, is that a mimic me? I'm doing good, Dragon Blurs. The Napa. Okay, so we're definitely doing a Napa as a mimic sketch. Got it. I really want to do a Stitch mimic sketch, but I don't want to derail all the Stitch stuff we have going on, because a Stitch mimic would just be insane chaos. Because now here's the thing. Depending on who you talk to and what fictional universe we're in, I did, Levi. We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, and we lost, thanks, Peter Gephardt, favorite person after Levi. Could have mimic trying to say that Napa is the mimic. Yeah, it's like the whole gag where the copy is accusing the real one of being the copy, because it doesn't know any better. Like the like the Brawler twins. Is that what they're called? The Brawler twins from Invincible. It's not Brawler. What are they called? The something twins. Brawler. No, it's not Brawler. What the hell are they called? The Mauler twins. The Mauler twins. Yeah. That's it. The Mauler twins. All right. I'm going to have to make this warning. This object is a mimic design right now for a t-shirt. Let's do that. Bink, and we'll do t-shirt logo. We'll do this in Canva. And maybe I'll just go ahead and share my screen so y'all can just watch this happen. All right, so it needs to be like a warning type label. First thing I need is an element will be mimic. Do we have a decent image of a mimic? I might have to use AI to create a fun mimic image. If I can't find free art, because I don't want to steal actual art for it. Peter Gephardt, this is Canva. We'll let Canva create the Ronnie J. Lucas. The t-shirts vary in price depending on the shirt, but the majority of them are around $20. Peter, pronunciation is important to me, and I have other friends whose last names end in Hardt, and I know that's pronounced Hart, so it's easy for me to pronounce it, but I understand why a lot of people would struggle with it. Zena, I think I'm just looking for like a classic mimic design of just, so like on this sticker, for example. Here, let me clear this screen real quick. 1 second. Where's my mouse? On this sticker, for example, you see that little mimic design, that little mimic icon in the bottom corner. I'm just looking for something like that, something simple. Ronnie J. Lucas, I do not have Cash App. In terms of like payments, I use Venmo and I use PayPal, but you can also go to villainsupport.com and you can just give us a tip on that site. I wonder if Levi has to activate the bangs here, or if that'll just work. No, there we go. Or you can buy me a coffee if you want to. But if you go to villainsupport.com, you can go take a look at all our shirts. We have tons of shirts there, tons of other merch, designs and stuff on there. We have blankets and hoodies and hats and cups and tons of other stuff. So if you want any of that, feel free to go to villainsupport.com and grab that stuff. And if you don't, that's totally cool too. Let me see if I can just find mimic warning sign, and just find a basic generic image that would work. That wouldn't be stealing somebody's art. Just basic. Let me search free, not fee. I want free art. Shenron gets so okay. That's what I was going to say earlier. Depending on the different universes that you see that have mimics in them, some have mimics that are able to copy all the abilities of the thing they copy, like the Ditto in Pokemon. Others, the mimic just copies the shape, but can't do anything other than what its basic mimic powers give it the ability to do. So are we talking a mimic that is like a Ditto that can look at Shenron and copy it and grant wishes once a year? Or are we talking about a mimic that can look like a giant dragon, but the minute you hit it, it just like collapses into a little, a blob of whatever mimics are made of? Zena sent me a link. I'm checking this out right now. Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good, Zena. That is almost too detailed. I'm looking for more of like a line art type little logo just to have as like kind of reminiscent of like the warning biohazard logo, if you know what I mean. Like this guy right here. There's just like a little sign like this, but instead of that little design, it'd just be like a little line art version of a mimic chest. Give me 1 second here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Sorry. All right, remove. Free to use. Yeah. Zena, if you wanted to grab that and just change some of the designs and change it into more of a like that kind of like triangular warning design, that'd be awesome. Shenron sends the mimic in his place when he gets summoned as a prank. Sorry, Dragon Balls aren't working, says the Shenron mimic. Thank you, Ember Jankowski. I appreciate that. Phil DD, awesome. Yeah, the Hawaiian shirts are fantastic. A mom villain support shirt. Elizabeth Harlan, can you be a little more specific on what you would want that to look like? Would it just say villain support mom? Or my mom's a villain? How would you want that to look? One second, everybody. All right. Ember Jankowski, actually, the Stitch videos were Levi's. Were Levi's brainchild. He had the idea of doing videos with Stitch causing chaos. Because I've seen Lilo and Stitch once. It was quite a while ago. I thought the movie was fun, but the idea of Stitch being like the giant menace that he is throughout other universes was all Levi's idea, and it happened to take off. We've had a lot of ideas here that we've done, both Levi and I, that have not taken off at all. So it certainly is, it's hit or miss whether a video really, takes off or not. But that said, Mom more villainous than Cruella. Levi's the one who's writing the majority of this Stitch stuff, and then he shares the sketch, and we go over the script together and try to improve it and get it to where we want it to be, and then we produce that. So I just need 1 second, everybody. I apologize. I need to take care of one thing over here. And that is All right. Giveaway link. Sorry, I owe someone a shirt. I'm just taking care of that real quick. All right. There we go. Like an airplane, they need a lift and a proper angle of attack like a plane wing. Yeah, yeah. I wish that recording a video was simply using physics and building a wing and knowing that it flies. But yeah, creating a video is a little bit more complicated than that, unfortunately. Let's get in here. So, okay, I scared my coworkers. My deep voice, almost Vader deep. That's awesome, Ronnie J. Lucas. All right, so villain support, mom supporting little villains 24/7. I'll have to figure out like a good slogan for a mom shirt. Maybe like I'm a mom. According to my children, I'm evil or something like that. That could be fun. Who is sure? All right. Let me clear out of that. Apologies, everybody. All right, so now we can go back to this. Levi, where we're on the same containment field. Napa runs by in the background. Somebody gave me fire. The villain mom character calling in her orders for her kids' evil plans. That could be fun. It's a good point, Whiteware. If it's a fairy tale and the moms aren't dead, they're evil. That's the crazy thing about fairy tales and about old Disney movies and shows in general. When there's kids, for the longest time, you didn't see the parents. Because if you saw the parents on screen with the kids, it implied that the parents had sex. And that was a no-no. No, Chris, my mom is evil, so I'm evil too. That could be fun. 1 second here. All right, let me do this here. So, warning: this object is a mimic, is what we're looking for. Warning. Let's grab that, and then we will do outline, and we'll make this bright red and go to 100. It's actually too much. So let's go down to 75. Still too much. We're back down to 50, I guess. We're doing 50. Okay. Would you all want this to be black text with a red outline or red text with a black outline? What do you think? Oof. I'll be right back, everybody. I apologize. I got to put my camera off. I will be right back. Throw myself back on the stage. Yeah, I can show both. I'll do a top and a bottom. So we'll copy paste. Put that there. Make this red. And do the effects black. Oh, yeah. The red with the black outline is way better, isn't it? Other thing that I can do is I can do that and then shrink it down to this width. And then the warning is much, much clearer. And then actually I can also do this now. Now I can kick it to 100. No, that's actually too thick. What is a fun middle ground? 60, 65, 75? There we go. The shirt color background, the shirt color, good chance it'll be black. Hey, hardcore player, how's it going? I missed some stuff here. Give me 1 second here. A blue box. I have not seen a blue box. Mimic Peter Gebhardt. I like that a lot, Colleen Swigum. I just don't know how much Disney's going to like that because that really tramples on some of their copyrights. That's a good question, Eclipse Warlord. I think that the shirt most likely is going to be black. Let me find a boxier font. Display. See what other fonts are good for like a warning type thing. What we got here? 1 second. So the biohazard stuff is okay. There we go. Actually, we want it to be. There we go. Okay, that'll help. Let's do this. Let's change this from having an outline. We'll kill that. We'll do none, and then we'll do a box. Black box, and we'll just grab this. We can change no, can't change the size of that one. This one is, okay, there we go. That'll work. We just kick that right there. Goes right there. We can also put the letter spacing back to normal. And then we can kick that out to the sides. No, that's not what I meant to do. Kick this out like that and like that. And then we grab and make this larger. Put that right there. No, that needs to shrink in a little bit. Hold on, no. There's that, and then this goes there. There we go. How's that look? Thank you, Eclipse Warlord. I appreciate that. Yeah, one thing I try to do is whenever anyone places an order, I try really hard to get on there because Fourth Wall, the platform we use for e-commerce, they tell us when someone orders and gives us the option to send a thank you video, which is one of my absolute favorite features that they do because I can actually give a personal thank you to everyone who orders versus trying to keep up with it or trying to remember to send a thank you email, days or weeks later. You're all good, Ronnie J. Lucas. There's no need to apologize at all. Okay, so we got warning. So now probably needs, so this will probably actually go, now that's the question. Should this be a yellow background with a, yeah, it should. Hold on. Let's do that. Let's make the, so here's my idea here. Just bear with me, all right? Let's make the text black. Let's make this actually yellow. I can't edit the color on it, I don't think. No, I can't. So let's delete that and change it to yellow box. We'll grab this guy, shrink it down here. Do that. Do that. Where does this fit? Right in the middle there? It does, but now we need to just kick this out to the sides a little bit. And then, there we go. This will go there. And then we need black box, but just the outline. That's not changeable. Oh, what is that? Sorry, I got a notification that I thought I needed to look at. All right, so let's find black border. Black rectangle. We just need it to be there. No, that's not going to work. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do this. Copy, paste, put that there. Shrink it in a little bit. A little bit. And then we go to design, edit. There we go, edit. And then we do shadows, outline. That didn't work. That didn't work. Elements. Layers, yellow. Ooh. Rounded yellow rectangle. It's not as good as I'd hoped. Just give me a sec here. That doesn't help. Why can't you make things the same size, Canva? But there we go. If I color it this, it changes the border. Okay, that's not going to work. And Eclipse Warlord, it's a little handheld thing he's got. I don't know Doctor Who that well either, unfortunately. Let's get in here real quick. So we got that. Now we need to find. We need something that's going to be this size. That's frustrating. I guess I can just do this. And just do that. But that doesn't look right. So we got that. So that worked. Sorry. Let's get in here. Then we can do edit on this one. Shadows, outline. See, this is what's frustrating about this is it's not. It needs to be equal along all sides, and it's not gonna be. And that's really annoying. Okay. Let's see what Xena sent me. One sec here. So Xena, can you make that from the green it is to a bright yellow? What do you mean by eclipse? Google it, Dark Wolf Nova. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, warning, this shirt is a mimic. That's great. You know, let's just do this. Hold on. Where is the one that's... There we go. Just do that. And then text. We just need block text. Add text box. Right there. Let's change this to a boxier font. No, oh, it's got me in caps. Hold on. Need a taller font. That's too tall and thin. Yep, everyone just lost the game. Sorry about that, everybody. Zena, I'll see if we can fit that in here. Oh, I lost my thing here. Here we go. Warning. That there. Hey, Robert Westfall, how's it going? Yeah, no, free apps definitely can be not great. I hope Levi's okay. Just checking on him. Good to hear it, Robert Westfall. Glad to hear it. Oh, he just read his texts. He is alive. Okay, good. Sounds like we may be visited by a Levi here in a few minutes. Yeah, once a few minutes. I totally get that. Brother villain support, mom's shirt. Why not something simple? Put the logo with the phrase villain support mom. Enjoy your bath, Kelly and Swigum. I really want something that we can modify, just change the shape of. Ooh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Blank yellow warning sign. Aha. Just grab one of these. Free with trial. Zena, how do I find free things on this website? This is the one you sent me that had the free thing on it. Have a good night, Ronnie J. Lucas. Yeah, Eclipse Warlord, Levi will hop on, and both our faces will be on here when he's able to jump in. Why does a website called Free Pick charge money? Robert Whitefall, it could be fun. We got to get someone who can do the Starscream voice really well, or just do one where we don't hear him. Oh, man. All of these are. Let's see if Canva has one. 1 second here. Aha. Canva has one. Or should I use this one? Which one do y'all like more? Top design or bottom design? Yeah, Eclipse Warlord. We're streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. Yeah, top is better. Okay. So we go warning. And then in the middle, we put text. This t-shirt is a mimic. And whatever text that is. So now we do text, add a text box. But we had to change it to basic font. I do believe that's it. What do y'all think of that? Yeah, Quick Warlord. You can stream on Facebook. We can even stream on Instagram, but it's super complicated to do that. The only platform that we can't stream to through StreamYard is TikTok, but I believe that's coming pretty soon, is my understanding, because they're making a hard play. They're making a hard play for Streamlabs. So should they say this T-shirt or this human, or should we sell both? Maybe we should sell both. Warning: this T-shirt is a mimic. And then we just do resize. Instagram post square. Oh, Levi arrives. Maybe.
I live.
You live.
How long have you been live?
52 minutes and 53 seconds.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. Okay, yeah. You're fine, man.
I
Were you getting much needed sleep?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Good.
Oh goodness. So, hey everyone, AJ Willie Dragon Slayer, the other Levi, Eclipse Warlord. Hey, that's a new one. I haven't seen your name before. Hey.
Yeah, he's just learning that you can multi-stream. He didn't even know we could stream to YouTube and stuff like that. Oh, not YouTube, Facebook to Facebook.
So I've got a question for everyone that's here. For those that have Twitch, as you guys know, you can support us without it costing a dime if you have Prime. But I recently got a new game, and it has what's called Twitch integration, which means you guys could play it. Isn't that cool? So the way it works, and I can't get it set up right this second. Like, it's not happening. But you guys would put in certain commands, and those commands would play the game. It's called Rusty's Retirement, and it's got full integrated Twitch. So you guys would, if somebody wanted to plant a seed of one of the plants, they would go !plant, and it would go and do that thing, and so on and so forth. I'm really quiet. That's weird.
Yeah, you are.
Did my... Okay, hold on. Well, that's the correct microphone. Testing 1 2 testing. I don't want to have to eat the microphone.
You're much louder now when you do that.
Yeah, but that's like usually I've been able to like have it further away.
Don't know what to tell you.
Bop, 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 bop. All right, we're just gonna have to deal with possibly eating the mic. All right, how's that? That better?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So the original plan was I've got a skit, technically 2 or 3 skits ideas that I was gonna do. So I told Chris, I messaged Chris about doing a skit with Lex / Superman. The new movie came out a while ago, and TikTok is promoting you doing TV movie content. And currently, because the Superman movie is like a trending topic, they are promoting a lot of Superman stuff. So, the idea here being that Lex kidnapped a dog, and it's like, that's just something stupid, right? You just don't do that. That's just a stupid. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just stupid. You don't do it. I'm gonna try not to sneeze. But what happened was like a good handful of ideas that I have. I was in the shower when I had a really good script idea. So I didn't have really a good way to like write it all down. Which kind of sucked. And so I was thinking of Lex Luthor versus John Wick.
Thank you, Peter Gebhardt.
Warning, the Mimic is a t-shirt. So that's a shirt. Straight on. That's already a shirt. This
Great.
object is a mimic. This t-shirt is a mimic.
We're gonna do human, t-shirt, patch, hat. These pants are everything.
So caution, this shirt is a mimic. Is one. This object is a mimic. This is a mimic t-shirt, big size, blah blah blah.
I promise
Caution,
you.
item may be mimic. Oh, that's a really cool one. And it has like, oh, I gotta show you this. That's really cool. So crit happens. Let me get that pulled up here. Isn't that cool? I like the little caution, and the caution actually has like the little mimic background. That is so funny. That's a really cool one. And then you have mimic. So, what are the things for those that are watching when we make our merchandise and everything like that? We'll do Google searches and make sure that we're not stepping on toes, or the toes that we are stepping on are like public domain type stuff, or something like that. Something that like, okay, and other people have it too. Chris, Levi, did you give Napa? Chris, Levi, did you give John, Levi, did you give Napa the keys to the mimic farm again? Amongst other keys? Why? Surrounded by random items. Just a hunch. So here's a fun thing. And Chris made the mimic skit, and we were live when we came up with an idea for it. And then Chris was like, I changed how it's gonna be done. And I'm like, okay. And what I was thinking, because I misunderstood, was that like he figured out how he could do it with just him and Napa, or just him. And he did it with just him without like the transferring calls, and did it with Mandark. And I'm watching it, and part of me is like, do I not like this because I had higher expectations of the it keeps getting escalated call fun type of situation, or because I generally am just slightly bored with it, and because I couldn't answer that question, I didn't give Chris any feedback on it when it came out. Now I can confidently say that it was definitely that it was a mixture of both of them. One, I was a bit bored of the skit when I'm watching it. It's not as good of a skit as I know that Chris could have done. That's part of it. And two was the idea that we came up with, regardless of whether or not I'm in it, just having that escalation in the call, you getting the calls and like multiple people getting calls in, was such a fun idea, a funny idea, and it made sense about the continuing chaos that I was like, that would have been real fun to see. There is no reason we can't still do that skit, though. There's no reason we can't.
We can just change up who's in it.
Yeah. And so the situation is even worse. But I would have to sit there and watch the full, because I watched about half of it before I decided that I don't want to watch anymore. But I'd sit there and watch the whole skit. And we do that too. I was like, we'll have a skit that the other person may not understand. That's what usually happens, to be honest, when we don't like a skit, is like we just don't get the context. That's the hardest one to give feedback on too, is that like whether it's Chris or me that is watching the other person's skit that we don't understand the context of, we're like, I don't know how, like, what type of feedback are you wanting here? Because like from a general standpoint, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't understand the context of this, so that makes it hard to give you some good feedback that isn't based off of that. I need to take care of this up here real quick. That is. Oh, I don't have any. Oh, there it is. That. Anyhow. Give me a minute.
Peter Gephardt, you're not spamming it. It's all good. And I think that a mimic can be a human. It's just a question of.
Well, okay. So, like, which mimic are we talking about? That's better. Which type of mimic are we talking about? Like D&D mimic?
Don't know.
So depends on like if you're talking Pokemon or if you're talking like D&D or what rules are we working with here. So like there are there's manga that I've seen that has gone that route. They pick up a corpse, take over the corpse, and like Levi has done, like Levi's saying here, right? But that's less becoming a mimic and more like puppeteering a corpse that is going to rot slowly, and then figuring out a way to prevent that corpse to rot or get a new one. So there's options. It's all dependent on like what do you want to do? What are the rules that you want to run with? Oh, allergies are horrible today. Okay. So I'm going to grab this. Where is... So the only thing I wrote for my note outside of like, cause I took it, I was in the shower. And so I went and like, I stepped out, grabbed my phone and did a quick little recording so I could have like the idea I had with. But the only thing I wrote down was Superman dog scene, Lex stole him. So it's a good thing I had that recording. But I know from a fact, I remember the recording, that it's gonna need some fine tuning. Real quick, do you guys want to hear some Joker and Batman stuff? I had
sure.
Popo. I had Popo do some lines. And so we've got, here's Joker.
It's all the way up here with it. Laser gloves. He has laser gloves. Where does he get all of these marvelous toys?
So that's his Joker, and it's Mark Hamill's Joker, and it's really relatively good, and it will get better more likely as it goes on. Like, I know his Joker, he's really good. We'll skip to like the middle part.
Oh, John, I want some too. What is that blasted blue beam it keeps firing at me?
So I really do like it, and the only reason, the only thing I think that could be better, only reason I know it could be better is because I've heard people who can perform the Joker better, and that's less of a Popo could do better and more along the lines of I know for a fact that the Joker's not a voice that he does as often. And when he was doing it often, when he was doing the Batman and Joker stuff and Thanos and other stuff for us, those voices, when we would request them another time, would be more practiced, right? But that is still a very high quality Joker, much better than my Joker, which my version of Joker is more based on Hamill than straight on Hamill. I can't like get a full Hamill Joker. And then his Batman is he sent me a new recording. I've got two different recordings. The first one,
my training is complete. My training is complete. One more time. Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom.
and on the phone, when you're listening to it on the phone, you can kind of hear it has it's still a really good quality because this is the one with his sound card. But during this particular take, he hadn't like installed the new drivers, and then this is the one with new drivers.
My training is complete. The Hermit revealed truths beyond Gotham's reach.
And it is better. And what's got me thinking that we could benefit from our own sound cards. By the way, hey everyone. Yes, that is Popo. Yes. It's just the difference between the audio from not having a sound card, which is like way up here, which would be
my training. I am vengeance. My training is complete.
It's a bit on the tinny side. You can hear kind of some of the background noise.
My training is complete.
It's just not as clear.
Truths beyond Gotham's.
Now that's not to say that it isn't usable. All those audios are usable, and I could very easily clean them up in post. But by him sending some takes that I can use where I don't need to do a whole lot of cleaning up, all I have to do is like cut what ones that I want and use those. That gives me a lot more leeway here. So what I'm going to do for filming is I'm going to grab the stuff. I'm going to take a look at the Lex idea I had, because it's going to be mostly improv on my side. I'm going to have I'm challenging Chris to do a Lex Luthor / John Wick improv on his side. Before I do mine, specifically because the idea that I have is in line with Levi's character, where he doesn't really like he's part of the problem, not the solution in this one, because Levi is fiercely protective of animals. Inside, like it is in lore that like you don't screw with cats, you don't screw with dogs, you don't screw with animals in general, because Levi's help is no longer going to be help. your day is no longer going to be an Acme day. You're going to have the best day you possibly can have, but it's not going to be a very good day. And I think that's funny. Because while Levi will still help, it's not great help. But that's the biggest difference between Levi and John's characters, is that like both of them will help you, and if you're a hero, Levi will help you a lot more, still call out your stupidity, than he will a villain, but he'll still help villains, but also still going to call out your stupidity. But the way my character calls out how stupid you may be or what you've done is different based on your alignment. If you're trying to help someone, or in general you're just being a regular nuisance, you're going to get like normal-ish customer service. If you're like legitimately evil and Levi doesn't care for you much, Levi's going to call it out. I'm going to call it out for what it is. And I really like that. Whereas John will go out of his way to sabotage heroes. Like he'll still help them, but then turn around and make a phone call to the villains, which I find hilarious. And then people will be like, "Isn't that a violation?" Technically, no. As long as he's not mentioning exactly who and so on and so forth. So John will find a loophole to help out the villain with the knowledge that he's gained, without breaking any rules. And Levi just goes, "You're stupid." And then Nappa's honestly a really good middle ground between the two. You have somebody who generally will just help out and do whatever the heck he wants, or won't help out because he doesn't want to. Oh, hey, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 500 bits?
Wow.
I think that was 500 bits. I have to go to the other area here. Yes, it is 500 bits. And then like 3 minutes ago also gave us 1,000 bits. I hope Levi is okay. Levi fighting off a horde of mimics. Yeah, but I'm sure he's enjoying some well-deserved me time. Looks like High Guy also did it, some subs, and some other stuff. Oh yeah, I was live yesterday. Rusty Storm did 100 bits yesterday during the breakfast live. He gave 1,500. Yeah, he's given 1,500 so far. That is so cool. Thank you so very much for that. That's a healthy amount too. What is 1,500? It's like a penny per bit.
$15.
Huh?
$15.
Is that good? You are free to donate whatever you guys want to donate. What I want to do, and the reason why I was asking if you guys wanted to do a game, I'll show you the game here in a bit. I'll pull it up and I'll show you guys what it is. Is because you guys would be able to, I'd be able to stream. You guys would be able to play that while we're like recording and stuff. So I'll go ahead and pull up that game and show you guys that game. And there's other games like this that have full-on Twitch integration. And this is loaded for the side, loaded for the bottom instead of the side, but we'll show it. Especially because I can like zoom in a healthy amount and like show it a little bit more. Hit continue. raise it up a little bit. Look how cute this is. There we go. And so like you would you're able to like plant and things. So like the commands that this thing has is allows the user to join the farm if there are free slots available. So we'd have to start a farm specifically for this too. I can remove the viewer from the farm. Plant, you can set the primary task to planting seeds. Water, you can water, harvest, biofuel, build, pick. You can feed animals, collect the waste, fertilizer, sit on a bench. You can set your name tags to pink, blue, green, orange, red, purple, gray, or gold. There's an inactivity timer. And so, and we can make it subscribers only, so only subscribers would be able to join. And this would allow you guys to like have something that you can sit there and do in during the live streams. Where you can be like, hey, my character's on the screen and it's going over and planting things, you know? I think that's really cool. We got another another couple hundred bits here. Napa, have you seen the 1,500 bits from the Twitch stream? Napa, sitting in a pool of bits. No. Those bits are coming out of your shiny your salary, Napa. I get a salary. I do life during lives. Well, I'm not saying that you guys like, yeah, that's the on average, like we're here to like help you guys all. I mean, like we kind of do our own thing, you guys do your thing, and it's nice little background stuff. That's on average what we do. But one of the great things, one of the reasons why I like this game is it's an ADHD type of game where you set it in the background, you walk away, it can continue to do its thing. I can actually set it up so it's in what's called productive mode, so everything takes longer on it, so I can concentrate on what I'm concentrating on. And when I need a break, I go and do the things I need to do. I don't feel like I need that, but I also don't want it up right now. Salary? I said salary weird? Because I'm not highlighting your comment. What being smart, Alex, in chat is not enough during the live. What game is that? That is called Rusty's Retirement. And it's one that has full Twitch integration. I think that's really cool. It does take some time to get it all set up, but once it's set up, everyone on Twitch that is able to use it is able to use it. And I could set it up, and in the way I might set it up is that bits are what allow you to do thing, or I set it up so that only people who are subbed can play. And there's so many gifted subs that subscribers, so many subscribers, gifted subs that are sitting waiting to be redeemed. So that allow pretty much everyone to join in. You're currently rabbit hole. All right, so let me take a look here. There's only one area. So the idea I had dealt with the fact that there was Lex actually talking to me at the same time. So one of the things when I record stuff like this, where I'm recording an idea and I do both voices, it gets very, very chaotic because like I'm doing both voices and I'm not giving space between the voices. So trying to read it can get a bit annoying. 1 second here.
Robert Westfall, I haven't seen Spy X Family.
I
I
have.
tried watching it and I got super bored with it real quick, unfortunately.
How do you spell deja vu?
DEJA space VU.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I wouldn't get the Anya Forger reference. Yeah, Spy X Family just isn't my kind of show.
So let's. So here's what I'm gonna do here. I've got kind of a sentence I kind of want to run with. But I'm gonna improv this. I don't want to rely on a bunch of mine. But like I said, I want to wait to see what Chris does. So this is you know who Lex Luthor is. Did you see the scene where Lex Luthor effectively took and kidnapped Crypto?
No.
So
I don't even know what Crypto is.
Crypto's the dog.
What dog?
Superman's dog.
Superman has a dog.
Superman.
You gotta remember, Levi, I don't give a single shit about Superman at all.
I know. Okay, quick Google. So I'll be your Google. Comic Accurate, which is really the reason why James Gunn's movie is doing relatively well with comic fans, is because it really heavily leans on the comic version of Superman. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the stuff in the movie from what I have heard, but I need to go and watch it properly because I've heard good things about the movie. I've heard people diss on it, but a lot of those people are like for the Snyder cut type of people, and I'm like, if you like the Snyder cut, I'm not listening to you anyways.
The reason I'm not seeing it is because I hated the Snyder cut and I don't trust DC movies anymore.
That's been my issue. Yeah, that's been my issue, and the reason why I don't want to go see it in theaters is
I
because
stopped going to Marvel movies because of that.
Yeah, for everyone
Those
here,
have also gotten bad.
For everyone here, it's not that we're not hating on either one specifically, other than the fact that it's been a trend where like you go to so many movies, go ahead and spend enough money going to these movies hoping that it'll be good to be bad, that you go, I don't trust this no more.
This is my perspective on it. It's because it feels like everything up through Endgame, like on the Marvel side of things, felt like it was a labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like they loved what they were doing, and it was important to have a good, fun story based on the comics, but made original for the movies.
I 100% agree with that. All the way up to Endgame.
The stuff sense on Marvel's side to me, and the whole way through on DC to me, has felt dialed in and lifeless and emotionless and loveless. Like they just said, they dropped a bunch of comics on someone's desk and said, read these and make a screenplay out of it. To a guy who'd never read them before, who's just like, all right, plot points, cool. And put in canned dialogue and cool scenes and put in something that seemed cool for the fans, but there was no love in it. They didn't care about it, is the way that I felt. And it makes it hard for me to watch a movie that I don't feel like the people in it care about their roles, I think, but the people making it, the people making the decisions, the high level decisions, it feels like they don't care about it as much.
Well,
I've lost my interest in watching them in theaters.
And this goes to like when we do a movie when we do a skit and there's like lore in the skit for everyone here. Me and Chris will talk about that. Like, do we want to put that in there and whatnot? How does this make sense? Why are we putting that? And most recently, if we've changed the script around. The Stitch script was modified and changed so that like I could have that in there because while it doesn't make sense if you don't know the lore,
Yeah.
I wanted to keep at least something in there, and that was huge. Because it also like I could take it out and it doesn't affect the script, but by keeping it in there, I hint something larger. And from a standpoint of a singular skit, it would get cut on average if it wasn't part of a series, if it wasn't part of the overarching universe that me and Chris are creating. I would not hesitate to be like, no, you're right, let's cut it. But because we're in part 3/4 of the Stitch Gate stuff, and that's part third or fourth arc in this series, and that's part of the overarching universe that we've created, it makes it entirely different. Because then is like Marvel, it's like you can't go and watch Iron Man 3 and get the references from Iron Man 1 or the foreshadowing that they're going to do for
Right.
Thor #2 or whatever.
A great example was I went to a friend's house and we were watching the newest Captain America movie.
Yeah.
And we were 2/3 of the way through it. And I was just like, cool action scenes, cool stuff. It feels like this was written by someone who just needed a paycheck.
And like Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America, I had no problem with. To make this perfectly clear, it makes 100% for the transition of Captain America as we knew him to Falcon becoming Captain America, and then like the transition to the new Avengers. Right? It makes sense from me because I know the lore and I know the comics. But so many people who didn't know any of that had such a huge problem that Marvel, in all honesty, went out of their way and made a movie that tried to shove it down your throats, and that was not the right approach. They should have stuck to what they had done a story around him being simply the new Captain America, facing the problems that he would have faced, that he did face in the comic series. And not the comic series that was written as a response to everything happening, but rather the comic series that was already in existence that explained that they were basing a bunch of this stuff on. And that would have been a much more fun movie, and you still would have had scenes that would have had everything you wanted, versus like, hey, this entire plot point of this entire movie is you guys not accepting that this is the new Captain America. And so we're going to force this entire thing to be just that, versus him learning how to be Captain America, becoming Captain America, and you get a few scenes of very
I'm
obvious.
fine with that. I loved Falcon and Winter Soldier as he was becoming Captain America. I loved that series.
Yeah.
I think Anthony Mackie is doing fantastic.
Exactly.
I think the writing and the plotting and the way that these movies, like someone made a comment earlier, are just a bridge to the next phases. Like, why are you making a whole movie that's just a bridge to the next exciting part?
And when you write something that's like, and this happened to me with the Constantine series, and I realized my mistake because the video honestly didn't do well, and I didn't care for it. I had already made a Constantine Star Wars thing once, and then because I felt a peer pressure to do the Darth Vader, and because I was still trying to make it part of the series, I was like, I can't make it part of the series. It has to be a one-off, and so it's, in all honesty, the Darth Vader versus Constantine is not only the weakest one, it's one that I actually don't like. because a lot of it is making fun of somebody that deserves being made fun of. And don't get me wrong, Darth Vader totally deserves to be made fun of. But the way we went about it, both as an audience and me as well, I did not care for. I produced a skit, put it out, and it was funny in some aspects, but it could have been better, especially if that had been the one that we focused on and I hadn't done a Palpatine one, because it was effectively Palpatine but Darth Vader. And that's part of the issue. And that's the same thing where it's like, this is created as a bridge point versus created as its own standalone thing that could have stood by itself and been good. And that when we're making the Stitch, that's one of the things that me and Chris have talked about, and was like, okay, this has to stand by itself. It has to be good. It has to work. It has to function. Chris is leaving to go to the bathroom, I believe. You guys just can't see it. Oh, pet the kitty. Hi, Bubba. I was gonna go grab you and put you in this skit that I had an idea of. I'm writing for that movie. The writing for that movie was the worst part of the movie. I love the choice in who Red Hulk would be played by. Yeah, Falcon was supposed to become him in the comics. It was just all predictable cash grabs, and I don't like those. Yeah, sadly, that happens a lot. So as soon as Chris gets back, we're gonna pivot from this. This has been fun to talk about, but at the same time, it's very much showing that like we have problems with certain things. We still watch them, we try to enjoy them, but we still struggle with them, and that's fine and dandy. But we don't want to focus too much on it. So when Chris gets back, I'm gonna put the challenge to him. I'm gonna give him some information. If he needs to Google a couple things, we'll wait for him to Google, because I want to see what he does for his skit before I put out mine. Try that again. So Chris went to the bathroom. You can talk now, Cat. Speaking in comically deep voice. I thought he would never leave. You guys want to hear? I'll do the Joker real quick, although it'll probably cut out. So I do something dark side. Hey, Batsy! You know, that kind of thing. And I don't want to do too much because it wrecks my voice, and I need to record today. So Chris, Crypto is Superman's dog. In the comics, Superman had a dog. He gained Superman's powers. I believe it was because of one of the kryptonites that gave powers, or he gave the dog powers. I can't remember exactly. There's been different versions of like the dog coming with him when he was a baby type thing too. Superman having pets has been a staple in the comics, and there's a really sweet story of like him losing his first pet and then going and burying that pet on the moon, so that he would always have his pet look over him, and he would always be looking over his pet as well. It was a really sweet comic. But the way they did this scene bothered me, and I just watched it, and what it was Superman barging in. They showed it as a spoiler scene. Superman barging in. Where is my dog? Where is my dog? And Lex is just like, what dog? What? And it was like, this is very much. It's in character for Superman, but it's also out of character. So, and I say it's in character for Superman to get defensive, but it's out of character for Superman to do what he did, not just go through the window, grab Lex, fly off, and have a private conversation. That's Superman doing what he did in the scene where he does it and he's getting filmed while and Lex talking into his coffee. Stupid dog with a stupid little cape, everything quietly so it doesn't get picked up by the phone that's recording. It's very, very, problematic. What I would love to see is John warn him, because this is the idea that I would run with, and I want to say John warn. I feel like that would be hampering. I want to see what Chris comes up with 100%.
So I have a personal opinion on this. I'll make the video. I think Superman having a super dog is a monumentally stupid idea.
It's comic accurate, and it's like
Yeah.
old school comic accurate. I will say that.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The same old school that came up with Condiment King as a valid villain. The same old school.
I'm not arguing with you about this. I understand 100% where you're coming from.
The same old school that made a whole ton of characters named Something Boy and Something Lad, whose only power was to do literally what their name was. And they somehow carry comic books.
No, you're right.
Hate this idea. I think it is insanely stupid. But because it's popular, I'll make the stupid video.
So I'm gonna wait for. I want to see what he does. But I would say pull up the scene if you haven't pulled it up. Give it a watch real quick because it's funny. And maybe base it around like John not
Which
knowing.
Which scene am I watching?
From the Superman movie, Lex kidnaps Superman's dog. I wonder if I can pull up the scene because it was a trailer. It was part of the promo.
So here's my question. If the dog has Superman's powers, how does Lex kidnap the dog?
Oh, here it is.
Why doesn't the dog
Damn it. And that's the thing. One of the things that I hate isn't the fact that he has the dog, because I understand the lore behind it. What I hate is how untrained the fucking dog obviously is.
Doesn't the new Superman actor look like Henry Cavill and Shooter McGavin had a kid together?
Oh, we're not.
He looks like Henry Cavill and Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin, combined. You agree?
I agree. Sadly.
Yeah. There's a picture here where I've got his profile, and I'm like, that's freaking Shooter McGavin wearing a Superman costume.
I keep just finding like reviews of it instead of the actual scene. There's several scenes with Crypto. I'm trying to find.
Okay. Question. Was Crypto in a room with Kryptonite when this happened?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. This is based off of the one scene.
I need to know what was going on that would cause Superman to fly to Lex Luthor and say, "Where's my dog?" when his dog should be full well able to get the hell out of there by itself.
Has anyone seen the movie?
The more we talk about this, the more I don't want to see it. This reminds me of the conversations I was having before Batman v Superman, which is why I still haven't seen it. All right, Robert Westfall. That movie looked so bad from the previews, and I made some. I made some predictions on what I thought was going to happen. And the friends I have whose opinions and movies that I trust, that I typically agree with, saw it, and their reviews were literally what I said. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not even going to watch it.
And this was I sent you something on TikTok, and I want you to pay attention to what's going on in the background.
I have no clue what you're talking about. What did you say? Where's the dog?
And like, there's more of that, like where he like literally tosses like he screws, he like tosses the breaks the door, tosses the I think this is the full scene. No. And then like here's shortly after or shortly before. I think this is after where like he goes after him and the dog tackles Lex. This whole thing is like Lex is supposed to be super smart, right? Very, very smart. He wouldn't make this second screw up. Like the moment he knew there was a dog that had Superman's powers, why would he need Superman? Kidnap the dog, so much easier. Come meet my new dog. He's super chill. The dog. Oh, this is a much better version of like how not. Here it is. And apparently, the whole point of this is like Superman has had 3 years of being undefeated, and then apparently gets defeated, and that this whole movie is him realizing that he's not this undefeatable, unmatchable person. You know, Lex holding a bag of dog.
So, okay, I want to be honest. These clips you're sending me of the dog attacking Lex make me want to see the movie even less. How did Lex Luthor not fucking die from having a super dog bite him right here, swing him around, crash him into computer monitors and computer banks, and then swing him around the room?
Right?
No.
I saw that scene and I was like, wait, what? Like I had that same question.
That borders on the stupid comedy of the bad guys in Home Alone getting hit in the head by 25 thrown bricks and not dying because it's a comedy movie. Mm-hmm. Was this a serious movie or was this a comedy Superman movie?
I think it was supposed to be like a mixture. It was like supposed to be comic accurate and like
from
comic
the clips
accurate
that I've seen, just these clips.
Plot armor.
I again have no faith in DC to make decent movies. I will not be seeing this just based on those scenes.
You're gonna have to watch it eventually just so you can make videos from it, though.
Nope. I will read the Wikipedia synopsis.
How did Lex?
I will not even be giving this treatment on streaming.
Stupid ads. I don't understand how he kidnapped Crypto.
Oh, this is a James Gunn movie?
Yeah.
So the same kind of mix of humor and action as Guardians of the Galaxy, which works for Guardians of the Galaxy, doesn't work for a Superman movie.
So apparently he didn't just kidnap the dog, he also apparently tortured it. Lex is lucky he survived. There you go. I thought Lex getting ripped up by Crypto was more of a catharsis for the audience. Superman would never get revenge physically for all the crap he went through in the movie, but Crypto doesn't care. I can see the audience as being relieved that Superman got some sort of real payback without compromising his own morals. But man, this Lex Luthor was a menace. Previous iterations of Lex look like noobs in front of this one. I really wanted David to pummel him at the end, which means Gunn got Lex right. And that's how Lex was supposed to. No. This is what I will say. Lex Luthor is like Batman level genius. He's like one of the smartest people in the world. Lex Luthor is one of the smartest people in DC. I want everyone to remember that. And the only thing that hampers him is how big of a fucking ego he has. He gets short-sighted because of his ego. Yeah, I know the villain pub, how it should have ended. Yeah, we are very well aware of it. How Dresden and Constantine walk into the bar series became a series because of that. But I can't find out like how did he kidnap? He had to learn about the kryptonite. But here's my thing: if Lex knew about kryptonite in this movie, fair. Why doesn't he have a room producing red sunlight? Why doesn't he have kryptonite laced building and stuff to prevent any type of Superman-esque person from causing him harm? Because that was what Lex did. The moment he learned that it was a viable thing to protect himself, Lex went around being so fucking paranoid that he got cancer from the damn kryptonite because he wore it. Like, he laced it in his clothing and shit. It was an integral part of his story and his character on the comics. Good night, the Willing Dragon. You take care. But yeah, so Superman goes John Wick after learning that Crypto is kidnapped. My question is what type of video would Chris make based on the information that he has now? I agree. James Gunn movies are almost all some sort of hybrid. And when you're doing a comic accurate Superman, there's going to be some comedy. What I don't want to see, and I really hope that this doesn't happen, that if James Gunn takes control, which there's been enough money, the movie made a shit ton of money, like a ridiculous amount of money. There's going to be another one. If James Gunn does Batman, I do not want a Batman v Superman. Doesn't make sense. There is a legitimate bromance that happens between Superman and Batman, and it happens relatively quickly. Like, yes, Batman and Superman have an issue. But if this is supposed to be 3 years after Superman made his presence, there is no reason to have that animosity at all, because you've already had that. Like, Batman has had time to research and know who Superman is and his morals. So he has no reason to have animosity other than the fact that he's misunderstanding how Superman is and hasn't met him in person yet. But within the first few minutes of meeting him in the comics and even in the animation, you have like a episode of them like understanding each other. So it's less than 30 minutes in there, and Batman's like, oh, I'm smart. And although I may have emotional damage and issues, I understand that you're not going to be anywhere near causing those. You're cool. I'm a bit jealous of you, but you're an okay dude.
I just read the plot summary. This sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah, probably. I'm not watching it in theaters. I'm going to wait until...
Can I just read a line to you with no context?
Sure. Yeah, hardcore player. You're right. Yeah, he did.
Superman's robots use concentrated solar radiation to heal him and comfort Superman with a message from his birth parents. But the message was damaged during the journey, So only the first half can be played. Comfort him with a message from his birth parents.
It's a legitimate thing that Superman deals with, even in the original movies. Even in the remember in the Reeve movies, there was scenes of him watching. Now, mind you, not in the way that it's being done now. To be fair, not in the way that it's done now. But remember that is an integral part of Superman. Superman is this man of steel, but he's also really down to earth. And it is, no matter how you write it, I hate to say this for everyone here, no matter how you write it, by making that an integral part of him, you have a god pretending to be human. That is what DC is. God's pretending to be human. God's trying to be human, trying to relate to humans. And then Batman is one of the few dudes that's like, you're gods pretending to be human. That's why Batman works so well in DC Universe. He's the one that calls out the gods. And in Marvel, you have humans trying to be gods. It's the opposite.
We just need a Superman live action movie that is the Superman from Superman the Animated Series. Fun to watch. There's some funny stuff in it. It's relevant and appropriate. Doesn't distract from the plot.
We've had chances with the TV shows, but all of them like diverge into one category or of another. Like either it's more romance than it is this, or it gets darker as it goes on, so on and so forth. I'm not saying any of the TV shows are bad in and of itself. It's just they all fail the expectation of the like animation made live. And what they should do is just take the animation and make it live action.
You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like? Before the first Iron Man movie, and I'd say besides that, the first Blade movie was the first good comic book movie, right?
I think Spawn was a really good comic movie, but like
Spawn was a bad movie, but it was done well, comic accurate.
Yeah.
But Blade was the first like good movie that was a comic book movie. And then Iron Man came out, and that freaking rocked, right?
Oh God, it was so good.
I feel like they spent 30 years trying
They
to
had a sex scene with the duck. Yes, we're gonna shit on that movie.
I never saw it. But I feel like they spent, other than like the original Superman movies, which were pretty decent. I will say the first Batman with Jack Nicholson as the Joker was good. But you take spotty, occasional decent movies until finally they hit Iron Man, and they're like, we figured out how to make comic book movies. And there's this rush of all these good comic book movies. And now I feel like they're back to making shit comic book movies.
And here's the reason why. Here's a good reason why. One, you got to remember when Marvel was making those, Marvel was throwing a bet out that it was going to lose everything, and it didn't. And then Disney bought it. Go look up when Disney bought Marvel.
Oh yeah,
look up. It follows that fucking trend of like it was really good, and then something happened, and then it got really fucking. And that's what it is that Disney bought Marvel. It became formatic, and we have this thing where they're building this universe with all these movies and all this shit, and like they scrap a bunch of these ideas that they had, and it's like you can't scrap the ideas that are fundamental to your universe to explain what the fuck's going on. Can't do that because then you screw with it. Also, hi guy, the cat is accurate in our lore. Levi has Snyder's not Snyder's Schrodinger's cat. Levi has Schrodinger's cat in the office. So what I really like about that is that Schrodinger's cat will change. And I think that's awesome because like if I have a cat in the office and it's not the same cat, it's not another cat. It's the same cat. It's Schrodinger's cat. Is it this cat or was it that other one? Well, maybe it was the other one. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe it's a different cat. And I love that idea. That Levi brought Schrodinger's cat back, and the cat just keeps changing because it's Schrodinger's cat. And sometimes it's not there, and sometimes it is.
Is Lex Luthor the guy who played Beast in X-Men First Class?
I don't know.
Nicholas Hoult?
Yes. Hey, what's up? Who? What? Mixture of mine, Mama's, Raven's, and everyone's. So like, I'm willing to share, and I think Raven might be willing to share. I can't speak on Mama's. Don't take or open any of the chips though. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Bye. Love you. So do you not want to do the skit now? I would like, I have not, I think I know how you're gonna go with the skit, and I don't want to say it. I want to see if I'm right. Because I feel like John would go through the trouble of like, this is a bad plan, Lex. You really shouldn't do this, or be encouraging of it. He would lean one way or the other. But it all depends on which version of John. I'm gonna say this so everyone understands. When I say which version of John, I mean like where in the timeline we're talking. On average, we go, it's whatever we feel like for the script. So if for instance, Chris goes the John that knows John Wick, I feel like he would go, you don't fuck with dogs, man. I've got a fucking trauma of John Wick walking into the office. I don't need this shit. Or you would get a John that goes, yeah, but you need to take extra precautions when you go to kidnap this animal because it is a super animal. Or it might even be the mixture of the two where it's a dog. It's a dog. He has a dog. Oh my God. You could totally use that against him. Remember, he is still like, Superman. So take that into account. But it's a stupid little dog. Said dog. Don't thunk. Fucking the Hulk scene. Honestly, that's what that felt like now that I'm thinking about it. Remember the scene where the Hulk grabs Loki and just goes thunk, thunk, thunk? It's such a stupid fucking scene. It's in character, but it's a stupid scene. and the difference being that Loki is, powerful Asgardian / half giant creature in human form versus a normal fucking human. And I would love to see like John handle the aftercare of Lex getting beaten up by the dog and be like, dude, you've got plot armor. No, you don't understand. You've got fucking plot armor. You survived getting thrashed around by a super dog. We can run with this. Puny God. Lex needs to be evil, but fun evil. Yeah, I agree with that. And there's something to say. Oh, no, baby. Okay. Oh well.
All right. Well, I'm gonna real quick do this.
All right.
My hatred for this movie I haven't seen yet may come out in this video.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Sometimes that's what we need to do. And for everyone here, I also need Chris to record lines for me so I can record a different video.
Hey, Lex, I'm just calling to see how you're feeling. Yeah, I saw the video. That dog really messed you up. I'm surprised that you survived, honestly. No. You don't try it again when you get better. Lex, what did you think was gonna happen? You kidnapped the dog, a super dog, using a clone of Superman, and then put him in like a pocket universe and experimented on him and distracted him using a repeating image of flying squirrels? Did you really think he wasn't going to get out? You're just lucky he bit you on the shoulder and not on the neck. Don't try it. Listen, you keep going after the dog, you're going to get the attention of somebody you don't want to get the attention of. And I'm not talking about Superman. Okay, listen. I know that you're familiar with That's exactly who I'm talking about. Baba Yaga. Yeah. Yeah. No, you do not want him coming after you. Lex, how about you come up with plans that don't involve dogs? Okay? Just trust me on this. Figure out some other. Okay, yeah. Damn, I had a good thing going.
All right, are you done? Did you stop?
Hey Lex, I'm just calling to see how you're feeling.
I agree, hi guy. That was and like mine would still
brutal,
work. My
man.
idea would still work.
I'm honestly survived that you surprised. Surprised that you survived. Lex, what did you think was going to happen? You invaded the Fortress of Solitude with a clone of Superman. You kidnapped Superman's super dog, stuffed him into a pocket universe, experimented on him, and then thought that you would keep him distracted for all time with a video of flying squirrels on the wall? What did you think was going to happen? It would. Oh, fuck.
He's got it. Like Chris has got it. You know, I know where Chris is going with this.
Lex, let's just say that you're lucky you're alive. Okay, you're lucky the dog got you on the shoulder and not on the neck. It was certainty, eventuality, certainty.
I can hold on one place. Be right back.
1 second here. I gotta see how did. Oh.
So I really like where Chris is going with this. Chris is doing like aftercare support, and I'm gonna effectively be the before/during. But I'd very much like to have one of my camera kitties be on the camera when I go to record this. You're surprised. You survived.
I'm doing a little bit more information.
A bit warm in here. At least I'm being warm. Gotta take off my hat for now. Wow. Let myself breathe. Wonder how Levi would deal with a cat woman calling in because someone stole her cats. Oh, I would be right there. I'd be like, motherfucker, somebody stole your cats. We got that covered. We'll find them. I would help. I would help tremendously. Also, I'd like to point out Catwoman's mostly just a thief. They don't really hurt anyone, and they usually just steal from the mega rich. I have no problem with Catwoman. I would totally be helping them plan a heist. You're having cereal for dinner. Hey, it's food. Oh, please, Chris, can you hear me?
Yes. What'd you say?
Well, look at the comment. That would be a great opener. Lex, were you singing I Will Survive when you were getting attacked by crypto? Because what else was going through your mind? when you kidnapped a super dog in a pocket universe, distracting it with fake squirrels? What process what'd you think was going to happen? Seriously, what did you think was going to happen?
I got it here. I got it.
Hydration. Can't woman arguing with Black Cat over ownership of a site.
No, Lex, you're not going to try again. Okay, stop going after Superman's dog. Okay, it's Lex. Do not try again. Okay, stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not. No, he didn't get out because of a technicality. He got out because you kidnapped a super dog with a clone of Superman and then stuffed him inside of a pocket universe and thought that you could distract him for all of time with freaking squirrel animations on the wall. This happened because you got Metamorpho in there who's transmuted into kryptonite, but he's only doing it because you're using his freaking infant son for leverage. You think that guy is not going to turn on you the second that he gets the chance? Yeah, and then Superman and his dog beat the crap out of you. When that dog got you, you were lucky he got you on the shoulder and not the neck, because you should have died, man. I saw that video. Holy crap. I don't know how you're alive. But quit going after the dog. Because one, it's going to piss Superman off. And two, it's going to piss off Baba Yaga. Yes, the assassin. He likes dogs. If he finds out you're going after a super dog, it's good till the end.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just cut it out. He likes dogs. Watch it all the way through to he likes dogs, and if that's a good cut point, just cut it right there.
That was pretty decent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty decent.
Okay.
I think you could cut it at like he likes dogs.
So,
Hell, you could cut it at the Baba Yaga comment, and and like go from there too.
People are like, "You're gonna piss Superman off. You're gonna piss John Wick off."
Yeah. So I'm tempted to put to record mine right now, but I'm also tempted to wait and see what audience reaction is to yours, because that could very well change what I want to do. Because mine is effectively playing in on that, like I've already sent him there, and the big joke is that this has already happened and Levi has reset it. My line that I have to have in the skit in order for my joke to make sense is, I'm gonna have to do something like because it goes, I called John, I find out what Lex is doing from Lex. I try to warn him. He doesn't listen. He doesn't give a shit that it's a dog or a cat or what it is. He's gonna do this. I'm like, oh, you don't? Okay, give me one moment. I called John Wick. I tell him, John Wick's, I'll be all right now. I was like, I'll just teleport you, man. Don't worry though. We have a pocket universe where you can get locked and loaded too, because I know you're gonna need some weapons. Which is a hint to the Matrix thing. And then like I go back to talking to Lex, letting him know, oh, don't worry, it's not against the rules or anything. I'm just gonna have to like reset the universe or something and put you back, by reviving you. Consequences are that you may have an irrational fear of people in suits. Huh. Deja vu. Oh well, have an Acme day. The Acme disclaimer plays. And remember, have an Acme day simply means that we ensure that you have the best day you possibly could have had. Huh. And then it's like it ends with that irony right there of like, we made sure he could have the best day he could possibly have. What was his best day? A really bad fucking one. and I like that thought. But I feel like I want to wait to see what audience's reactions are to yours, because it could change what I do.
Yeah. It's loading right now. I wrote a really stupid sketch that I think is hilarious. I don't know if you'll like it or not. It's not film sport related.
Who cares? Like, we've been having fun doing random shit like the podcast stuff.
I wrote this for my writer's room because I needed to bring a sketch and I had 30 minutes. So I'm like, oh, I have an idea. So when this was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. No. 2000. So this is 15-ish years ago, 2009. I was living in Iowa, Cedar Rapids. I was working for a company where the sales manager brought in the top salesperson who had won a contest the previous month and had completely cleaned out his pipeline, had no prospects. He closed every single deal he could have closed and basically had to start from zero the next month. They let him go on the 15th after he'd been the top rep for like 7 months with the quote, and I quote, "You're only as good in sales. You're only as good as the month you're having," which I thought was the stupidest thing in the world.
It is, but it's also very accurate in sales.
And so I wrote a sketch with that being the first beat and escalating from there. So I'll be Sam. You be everybody besides Sam.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sam, it's good to see you. Mind closing the door?
Sure. What's going on?
First off, huge kiddos. You crushed that 8-month streak. Top performer. Just phenomenal.
Thanks. I mean, that contest, I was working weekends.
Right. You did amazing. But leadership noticed your prospect list is looking a little light. No new leads yet this month?
Because I've been closing deals. I broke company records, Greg.
Sure, and you want to, but now we're looking ahead. Pipeline's everything, right?
So I'm being punished for winning?
No, not punished. It's just how would I call it? A performance improvement plan, a quick tune-up, so to say. Get that lead flow moving again, and you're golden. Lead flow moving again, and you're golden.
I've made this company millions more than anyone else on that sales floor, and you want to tune me up?
Sales is the jungle, Sam. You don't kill, you don't eat. In sales, you're only as good as the month you're having.
Cut to black. And then we open on a rec center gym. We see a montage of quick cuts. Sam shooting an air ball on a free throw, missing a wide open layup, tripping over his own feet on defense, then accidentally tipping in a rebound for the other team. They huddle up after a humiliating loss.
Sam, what the hell, man? You show up, can't shoot, can't guard, then score for the other team?
Work's a dumpster fire, man. I got put on a pip.
Ooh, if you're not 100%, you got to call out. We're in the playoffs.
It's rec league, Terry.
Yeah, a rec league with cash, prizes, and an invite to the competitive bracket for first place.
You're benching me?
Look, man, in basketball, you're only as good as the game you're having.
Smash cut to black. Now we open on Sam's bedroom early morning. Sam and Jamie lay side by side. It's awkward. She scrolls on her phone. He stares. Thanks for coming over. I just needed not to feel like a failure for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, rude. Jamie gets up and starts getting dressed.
It's fine. It happens.
Sam sits up. You're not staying?
Not tonight. Look, I think you're great. This has been fun.
Has been?
This whole thing was just physical. You're only as good as the sex you're having.
Sam turns away to stare at the wall. Jamie leaves. We hear the front door close. Sam's dog Loki hops up onto the bed. Sam softens slightly and pets him. At least I've got you, buddy. Loki vomits violently all over the comforter. Of course. Blackout.
So at the start of this reads like a Reddit story and just evolves into a really fun story, to be honest.
Right. Just the guy cannot win. Oh, I think
that's really fun. It's a really funny skit. I think if you could find the people to do that and play those parts really well, that would be the key thing, is like finding people that could play the parts on top of the filming. Would be huge, because you don't want it to be campy. You don't want it to be this like really like crappy before. I hate to say it, like I've seen plenty of good ideas that were ruined by the performance that the actors gave.
No,
you had one good actor throughout the whole thing, and it was probably the guy who had the idea to begin with. And then everyone else sucked, and it's like, I watched it because it was a great idea, but it just was performed really bad.
I agree. All right, so let me that uploaded. Let me grab that real quick.
When you I don't know, what do you think? Do you want me to record mine now, or should we wait to see the reaction to yours?
go ahead and record it, and then let's look at the reaction. And if the reaction means you need to change your video, then you can change your video.
Because my video is like, while like he has the idea, spitballs the idea, but he's already kidnapped it, but it's before Crypto gets loose and takes care of things.
Right.
And your video is like the after effect, which almost makes it line up. So what I'm going to do here, I got to do two things. One, I need to have a cat, if I can find a cat, to have in the video. I don't really need to, but like it will drive home like the venom of what Levi's about to do.
All right, it's done downloading.
See if I can convince a cat to hang out with me for a little while. Look what we have.
Lex. Lex. Lex, do not try again. Lex. Lex, do not try. Lex, do not try again. Okay? Stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not. No, he didn't get out because of a technicality. He got out because you kidnapped a super dog with a clone of Superman and then stuffed him inside of a pocket universe and thought that you could distract him for all of time with freaking squirrel animations on the wall? It's happened because you got Metamorpho in there who's transmuted into kryptonite, but he's only doing it because you're using his freaking infant son for leverage. You think that guy is not going to turn on you the second that he gets the chance? Yeah, and then Superman and his dog beat the crap out of you. When that dog got you, you were lucky he got you on the shoulder and not the neck. Because you should have died, man. I saw that video. Holy crap. I don't know how you're alive. But quit going after the dog. Because one, it's going to piss Superman off. And two, it's going to piss off Baba Yaga. Yes, the assassin.
Did I just go on a hunt for my cat?
If you
And then close the door so my cat can't get out of the garage and encourage them to stay so they can be in the skit? Yes. Now I need to catch my breath because I was all the way upstairs and having to chase a cat.
It's the assassin.
Oh.
He likes dogs. That works really well.
The end being he likes dogs.
Yeah.
Like I said, like you had a really good one going. How long is it?
Minute 17.
It just needs to be past a minute.
Lex, do not try again. Okay? Stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not. No, he didn't get out because of a technicality. He got out because you kidnapped a super dog with a clone of Superman and then stuffed him inside of a pocket universe and thought that you could distract him for all of time with freaking squirrel animations on the wall? This happened because you got Metamorpho in there who's transmuted into kryptonite, but he's only doing it because you're using his freaking infant son for leverage. You think that guy is not going to turn on you the second that he gets the chance? Yeah, and then Superman and his dog beat the crap out of you. When that dog got you, you were lucky he got you on the shoulder and not the neck. Because you should have died, man. I saw that video. Holy crap. I don't know how you're alive. But quit going after the dog. Because one, it's going to piss Superman off. And two, it's going to piss off Baba Yaga. Yes, the assassin. He likes dogs.
Yeah, I like that a lot. We have a spoiler.
I feel like Lex is gonna go, why is that gonna piss him off? He likes dogs. Oh.
Is that a this is a spoiler video.
Oh yeah.
So
The movie's been out for a week and a half.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's still in theaters. Should we have like a spoiler alert thing or no?
Sure. How big can I make the spoiler? Spoiler. I haven't seen this movie. I read the Wikipedia synopsis. It looks fucking stupid. I'm not going to watch it.
Are you actually going to write that?
No. But someone should clip that.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm going to get set up to record.
All right.
Oh, goodness. And then I got to get my cat over here and hope they'll cooperate now that they know that they're trapped in the garage.
Doesn't it, Whiteware? Doesn't it? That is the best statement. It feels like so blah of a plot. Yeah.
I'm not defending the movie. I hope everyone understands that I am in no way defending this movie. From what I've seen, I have reservations of watching it, which is why I'm not going to go. Oh wow, my hair looks pretty on point. Oh my goodness. Do a skit without the hat for once. Just having I'm like, who's this guy? He doesn't wear a hat. So, I had a funny thing. I don't know if you got tagged in it, but somebody I did an on this day video, and the video never appeared on your TikTok, but somebody recognized me for a change being villain support on villain support, and they're like, villain support content theft. And I'm like, hey, this is Levi. They didn't take a look at the profile and look at the profile for the videos, the shop videos, or anything like that. They came back like, I am so sorry. I'm like, you're good. It's okay. It was fucking hilarious.
You haven't got one of those messages in a while, have you?
No, and it's never happened on TikTok. And so like that shows that like I've been on the channel long enough on TikTok that's now a thing.
Nice.
And like when I have gotten messages, they've never been on in that format of like, hey, this is content theft. They've like realized immediately that it was my person. Like, this isn't villain support. Is this your personal account? They like immediately know. So like that was very, very fun. Like, hey, this is Levi, Member Solutions. Yeah, it was so funny. It was fun. I loved it. I thought it was so. It made my fucking day. It got.
Let's
it
do
got
not try again. Okay, stop.
All right. See if I can kidnap the cat and convince him over here.
Let's do not try again. Okay. Stop.
Hang out with me. Hang out with me. Hang out with me. Huh? Hang out with me. Do a video with me, please.
Lex, do not try again. Okay? Stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle.
Can I have you sit with me? Can we sit and do a video? Huh? Will you behave? You being in the video would make this video so much more impactful with what I want to say. Without you in the video, it will still work, but it works so much better if you're in the video. Okay. I apologize if you guys can't hear me. I do need to move the mic out of the camera.
Lex, do not try again. Okay? Stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not.
No, he didn't get out because of a technicality.
Is that good enough, everybody? Is that a good enough warning to have this thing blinking
Lex,
on there
do
for like
not
15
try
seconds?
again. Okay, stop using this.
I'm sorry, Lex. Did you just say you're
Weak spot
kidnapping
angle.
Crypto?
It's not.
You already
No, he didn't get out because of a
kidnapped the dog.
technicality. He got out.
I don't approve of kidnapping any pet, dog or cat, and you don't. You're gonna what? Okay, Lex. I'm trying to be reasonable here. Besides the disapproval, I don't give a shit if you don't care. I'm trying to. You know what? No. We don't do animal testing. I'm gonna put you on hold for a moment. There's a thing I have to take care of. I'll be right back. They'll be right. One moment. Hey, John, how goes it? Oh, sorry, Mr. Wick. Fine. That's understandable. Look, I have a job for you. Somebody took a dog. Oops. There's no hesitation in your. Oh no. We'll just teleport you. Don't worry about guns. We've got a room for that. I'll teleport you in the room and then teleport you there. Cool. Thanks. I gotta. Thank you. Hey, Lex. Have you ever heard of John Wick? Yeah, John motherfucking Wick. So I'm not a huge fan of you going after animals at all. I don't give a shit if it's against policy. It just means I have to, reset the universe and revive you. It'll be fine. You might wind up with some consequences, like an irrational
Lex,
fear.
do not try again. Okay,
But,
stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not.
A little bit of deja vu. Anyways,
He didn't get out
I
because of
don't
a
care.
He got out because you.
Have an Acme Day. And remember, have an Acme Day simply means to have the best day you possibly can have. And we ensure it. Motherfucker. Needs work.
That sounded a little bit angry.
It does. I don't know. It's just... I think I'll keep this recording because she's not wanting to behave for me right now.
It's not. He got out because you kidnapped a super dog.
I could literally cut 10 seconds of that and just put a one phone call later thing.
Sure.
Squirrel
And there's a room for that part.
Like an infant son for leverage. and then super. Beat the crap out of you. That when
that skit works much better than I thought it would, especially if I take into account that, like, instead of that part that is kind of laggy, just cut it and put a transition scene there.
Yeah.
Of one phone call later, one conversation later, and then we have like, instead of me saying hi John, having that awkwardness there, cut that to just the, oh no, we have a room for that part.
I saw that video. Holy crap. I don't know how you're alive.
That works out. So yeah. I've seen so many people complaining about CapCut's updated terms and conditions, who very obviously don't know that, like, anytime you upload anything anywhere to any social media, you're giving them the right to use it as promotional material. That they just immediately assume that they're gonna train the AI on it and everything. It's like, no, they're not training the AI on it unless you use AI services. Which, when you go to use an AI service in CapCut, for the record, it will help to train that model. So let's say the captioning, it will help to train that particular model to caption better. I have no problems with any service using something to create an accessibility tool and make that accessibility tool better.
Let's do not try again. Okay, stop using this Superman's dog as his weak spot angle. It's not. No, he didn't get out because of a technicality. He got out because you kidnapped a super dog with a clone of.
So this works out, like, my skit worked out really well with your skit.
Dog.
And I love the fact that it's two different types of angry.
The clone of Superman, and then stuffed him inside of a pocket universe and thought that you could distract him for all of time with freaking squirrel animations on the wall. This happened because you got Metamorpho in there, who's transmuted into kryptonite, but he's only doing it because you're using his freaking because you're using it.
You might come back with some new traits. So I'm going to do this real quick while he's.
Because you're using his freaking infant son for leverage.
For everyone here.
Second that he gets the chance.
What do you guys? Yeah, I took the editing off screen for a moment.
Dog got you were lucky.
Still, because of the echo.
You should have died.
Crypto super breath, super dog breath, right? That'd be a fun video to do too.
Quit going after the dog. Because one, it's gonna piss Superman off, and two, it's gonna piss Superman off.
So me and Chris both have videos in the same vein. John and Levi are both angry, but different sides. Like, John's calling out how stupid it is to kidnap that he kidnapped the dog, as in past tense, and wants to continue to do it. Levi's pissed because he kidnapped the dog and is going to teach him a lesson. But it goes off the premise that Levi had a conversation immediately, and he hasn't yet tortured Crypto. And Levi has reset the universe God knows how many times. And then you have the after effect of having the best day he could possibly have. And the best day he could possibly have is surviving an attack from Crypto.
Right. That is ready to go. It's edited. That reminded me of editing old style TikTok videos, where it's all just one take, and all I had to do was cut off the fluff at the beginning and the end, and put in the captions.
Yeah, well, watching my video, it's Like I'm looking at, I'm like, other than that middle part where I'm calling John, if I just cut that out and put a transition scene there, that's all I really need to do and cut off the start and stop. It's very similar of the just boom, done.
Yep.
Really fun type of camp. It's a fun video. It's a fun time
I
doing those
agree.
videos.
All right. That said, I have now been live for 2 hours and 37 minutes.
I know. Can I have you do one thing for me?
Yes.
Can you go ahead and you have the script of the zombie script? Can you do the voice acting for that real quick for me? So for those who don't know, we have a script that we worked on. I think it's in my other screen. Here it is. I'm trying to introduce some new stuff, which is apocalypse type support and things, because we say that we do all kinds of things in all kinds of universes, and we should, we've done D&D stuff here and there with success, kind of like here, spotted throughout it. We have more success when we pretend to be
You
the
just
characters.
Want the voice. You want the voice, not me actually playing the character on camera, right?
I don't need you playing the character on camera. I don't have a.
Yep, I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna record it here.
Remember, he's actively as he's calling.
Oh yeah, I know, man. I know.
Okay. That's
hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus. Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened. Oh man, my name's Eric.
Huh? So when exactly did this happen?
Well, sure it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
I can't.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes. I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding. Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms like I normally do. Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms. Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up. What? No, they're more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise, though. Anyway, lunged at me, but then just like left me alone. Well, man, I'm, still me, and it's been like 4 days. Dude, you're right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied, blasted past the moon and orbiting Neptune. I was tripping so hard. It's very likely. Oh.
Slayer.
Well, that could be bad. Well, I might be on my way to put my immunity to the test. Does that work?
Yeah, that works, man. It doesn't need to be perfect for this kid. This is for everyone. Both me and Chris know that this is a very a type of comedy. It's just stupid comedy. It's like it's funny. Like it should be obvious that this is totally a thing that would happen. It's a very funny thing in a very serious universe.
There you go. It's in Discord for you.
All right. So we're going to wrap this up so I can talk to Chris off stream super fast because I know he's tired. So I want to thank you all for joining. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, abiding spirit, and harmony among others. I do apologize for being late, but until the winds blow your sails my way again, which will be tomorrow, you have an Acme Day.
Have an Acme Day as a product of villain. Having an Acme Day when we try to build your account. Have an Acme Day. Stephen Lockie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We've been live for almost 3 hours now, and I'm exhausted. But don't worry, we will go live again.
Well, I mean, you mentioned that you won't be able to be live for the rest of this week, though.
So I'm going to be at a con Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. but then we will be live again. Levi's will be live before next week, but I'll be live with him next week again. Zena, no, I don't need you. I just need to figure out some things so I can send you what we talked about.
And remember, everyone, have an Acme day simply means to have the best day you possibly can have. Too bad for Lex. It was still a bad day. Bye, everyone.